Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and the layout. Wishing you a happy new year and hope everybody had a fantastic holiday season. For the first video of 2022, we're going to be covering what I was up to for the month of December 2021. I was primarily continuing working on my blue sky backdrop so I can start working on my second industry building, a backdrop relief building that is going to be covered in this video. So for the meantime, let's keep on watching this train fanning clip and we'll get on with the video. So this is the building I have been working on. Originally, when I introduced you to this layout, this was going to be a pet food industry. Since then, I have decided that it's going to be a brewery and spirits company. Haven't fully decided on the name yet, but from what you can see, the back part of the building is off cream almond color. Higher part of the building, the center building, where you're gonna have the loading and unloading of supplies, is second height tier building, and in the front, when the GMD SD40-2 moves out of the way, it's gonna be the front offices. And as you can see by the little ring in front of the hopper, that is the first ring of the dry vertical feed silos I'm gonna have for the other materials for the brewery and spirits company. When we continue with this video, I'll show you how I got up to this point. So the first section of my backdrop building and the second industry on my layout, Muskoka Brewery and Spirits Complex, it's going to be a 3 height level complex. The back corner relief is the tallest. I used leftover pieces from my modern concrete warehouse kit that I used for Hartwig's trucking. I used 3/4 inch pieces with 1/8 piece. I used the bracing used in the kit and some strip styrene pieces to reinforce it on the top and bring it together. I did this piece after the fact, that's why it's not been black primered on the inside. For the outside, as you can see, it's just the simple concrete paneling, no windows, no access except this one back door that I'm going to be still adding a staircase and railings to. The main building is colored with almond satin spray paint by Krylon, and then for the door, man door, and the accents of the buildings is the satin seaside color by Rust-Oleum. So that's how this part of the building is looking like, and I'll show you how it looks like on the layout. So this is how it's going to be situated on the layout. As you can see, just the back corner of the building, and then this is going to be the main section of the building, still progress on that to come. And then in the front's going to be the office portion of the build. So more to come. So for the middle section and the actual major part of the building, I had to splice the regular Woodlands beverage distribution kit into different segments, and then using some spare pieces from the kit to kind of support them and put them together, as you can see here. So basically what I had to do is cut a wall section in half to use it as my first leading in wall. I didn't want the loading dock right by the office. I wanted to give some distance so you can actually see the office not being covered up by the hopper when it's loaded. This door I cut and modified, and I left a little bit up. I'm going to have a scene here where you're going to see some skids when the building's lit up, and through the partially open door. And then there's the full door, and then the man door here. I used the brick color, that same almond satin as I used for the inlay of the office and the first part of the backdrop building. And then for the corrugated sheet metal walls, I used Rust-Oleum satin Seaside. A lot of these corrugated buildings actually usually go with a blue color. That's what I did here. I used black primer for the for the bay door seals when the car goes up. They actually I modified these. They actually stuck out more. I didn't want them to stick out more. They almost had an accordion look. I just did a half accordion, as you can see here. Didn't put the full model together. And then I put my bump stop slash level bridge, and I just again did black primer. Then I did a dry brush of silver paint, and then I just went over it with rust weathering powder to give it that kind of rusty, well used look. So yeah, so that's basically the setup for the center. And this is just a quick mock-up of how it'll look like when it's assembled. So quite a massive industry. Gonna have to weather and streak it a little bit. I'm not gonna put any grout on the bottom cinder block sections. I'm just gonna make it look like it was just painted. And as you can see, I just did a mist painted over the gray primer just to kind of make it look like worn. Just quickly painted over cinder block. Just have it focus here so you can see some of that gray primer sticking through in sections. I think that livens up this section of the model. And when you see the lights on in the building, you're going to see a floor there with some skids and stuff. I still have to scratch both that. But yeah, this is how we're coming along with the building so far. So for the third section of the backdrop building, and the lowest, is the actual front office of the brewery and spirits company. I had to cut off the front wall. It's actually has these set of windows and this thick wall and this thick wall on the other side. I had to cut that off to meet my backdrop, and then I used a full sidewall of the office buildings. And the colors that I used for this, for the main brickwork, I just used gray primer. I like the way it looked like actually at the end of it when it's going to be matted down, and I am going to put grout during the in between the bricks to make it pop. And then for the smooth sections, I used Krylon Satin Almond to have that nice contrast look, and it will actually go together with the tall section of the backdrop building, the same almond color, and the bottom brickwork of the middle section that you've already seen. So just to mock it up, this is pretty much how it's gonna look like. Nice relief, nice color. Yeah, so this is how it's going so far. I still have to do the windows. There is a canopy that goes over the front entrance. I don't know if I'm going to actually put that on or if I'm going to cover it by a sign. Still have to decide on how am I going to go about that. So this is what I've been up to for the month of December. More to come in terms of the build. And as always, thank you for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.